นะครับแต่ยังมีคลาสสอนภาษาฮินดีหรือนะครับคลาสเต้นบอลิวูดทุกท่านจะสังเกตเห็นว่าจะเกี่ยวกับประเทศอินเดียทั้งหมดนะครับเพราะว่าอาสมไทยประตะของเราเนี่ยเป็นสื่อกลางนะครับที่คอยเชื่อมวัฒนธรรมไทยแล้วก็อินเดียทั้งสองประเทศให้ต่างมีมรดกทางศิลปะที่รุ่งเรืองและมีอิทธิพลกันมาอย่างยาวนานนะครับกิจกรรมวันนี้นะครับก็เป็นโอกาสอันดีนะครับอันหนึ่งที่จะได้เรียนรู้แลกเปลี่ยนแล้วก็ชื่นชมความงามของวัฒนธรรมที่แตกต่างที่เชื่อมโยงกันอย่างกลมกลืนครับผมสำหรับท่านไหนที่มาแล้วนะครับก็สามารถหาที่นั่งได้นะครับนั่งข้างหลังอาจจะไม่เห็นนะครับทุกท่านก็สามารถมานั่งข้างหน้าได้นะครับและนอกจากนั้นนะครับการแสดงในวันนี้เรายังถ่ายทอดทางไลฟ์สดนะครับทุกท่านที่อยู่ทางบ้านก็สามารถรับชมนะครับได้ทางเพจอาสมไทยพารัตะหรือว่าไทยพารัต Culture Lodge ได้เลยนะครับนักแสดงในวันนี้นะครับบินตรงมาจากรัฐโอดิสาประเทศอินเดียเพิ่งถึงตอนเที่ยงเนี่ยนะครับหลังจากที่ลงที่สนามบินสุวรรณภูมิแล้วนี่ก็บินตรงมาที่อาสมไทยพารัตะเราทันทีและหลังจากที่แสดงเสร็จนะครับก็จะบินกลับทันทีเลยเพราะฉะนั้นนะครับนักแสดงเนี่ยเตรียมตัวมาเป็นอย่างดีสำหรับเฉพาะเพื่อนพี่น้องชาวอาสมไทยประตะเฉพาะการแสดงวันนี้เลยเช่นกันนะครับเดี๋ยวทุกท่านก็จะได้รับชมนะครับถือว่าเป็นออริจินอลนะครับทุกท่านถือว่าเป็นออริจินอลการแสดงโอดิซีที่มาจากประเทศอินเดียนำแสดงโดยครูนาฏศิลป์อินเดียนะครับทุกท่านอาจจะได้รับชมนะครับรับฟังในอีกไม่ช้านี้นะครับ Thank you สำหรับนาฏยศิลป์ของอินเดียนะครับมีหลายประเภทนะครับสำหรับโอดิซีเนี่ยก็เป็นหนึ่งในนาฏศิลป์ของอินเดียที่มีความเก่าแก่นะครับทุกท่านอาจจะเห็นว่ามีภารัตนาฏยมนะครับที่ทุกท่านรู้จักนะครับและนอกจากนั้นอันที่สองก็จะมีโอดิซีด้วยเช่นกันอาจจะมีลักษณะคล้ายๆกันแต่เราดูยังไงว่าเป็นการแสดงโอดิซีทุกท่านจะเห็นว่าตรงหัวนั้นจะมีคล้ายๆใบพัดใช่ไหมครับผมซึ่งหัวคล้ายๆใบพัดเนี่ยเป็นลักษณะที่โดดเด่นของรัฐโอดิสานะครับเป็นการแสดงอันนี้เดี๋ยวทุกท่านก็จะได้เห็นแล้วก็ได้รับชมของจริงกันในไม่ช้านี้นะครับเดี๋ยวรอแขกผู้มีเกียรติสักครู่นะครับที่กำลังจะมาบางท่านอาจจะมาถึงแล้วนะครับก็สามารถดูตัวอย่างนะครับการแสดงของนักแสดงนะครับที่บินตรงมาจากอินเดียนะครับชื่อว่าท่านเปาลุงมีกูโฮนะครับชื่อก็อินเดียแล้วนะไม่ใช่คนไทยแสดงนะครับทุกท่านนะฮะวันนี้เดี๋ยวทุกท่านก็จะได้รับชมนะครับทุกท่านที่นั่งอยู่ยังไม่ต้องตกใจนะครับเพราะว่านักแสดงมาถึงแล้วนะครับเราไม่ทำให้ทุกท่านรอคอยอย่างแน่นอนนะครับบางท่านอาจจะสงสัยว่าเอ๊ะกำลังมาจากสนามบินสุวรรณภูมิหรือเปล่านะครับแล้วก็ในด้านขวามือของท่านเนี่ยครับก็นักแสดงเดินทางมาถึงแล้วเป็นคนอินเดียจากประเทศอินเดียเลยเช่นกันนะครับ นะครับตอนนี้นะครับนักแสดงของเราก็มาถึงแล้วนะครับประธานในพิธีของเราก็มาถึงแล้วนะครับเพื่อไม่ให้เป็นการเสียเวลานะครับผมขอกราบเรียนเชิญนะครับผู้ช่วยศาสตราจารย์ดรจิรพัฒน์ประพันธ์วิทยานะครับท่านเป็นอดีตประธานอาสมไทยภารตะนะครับให้เกียรติกล่าวเปิดงานนะครับ May I now respectfully invite Dr. Jilapat Prapanvitaya, former president of TBCL, on the stage to deliver the opening remark for today's program. Please welcome. ขอเสียงปรบมือให้กับอาจารย์ดรจิรพัฒน์ประพันธ์วิทยาด้วยครับขอเรียนเชิญครับอาจารย์
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Thai Bharat Cultural Laws, we welcome you on to a special performance of a famous or renowned dancers of Odissi from India. She is Paulomi Saho Gukuho. So this is pronunciation according to Bengali. Become O. That's why Guha become Guho. They write Guha, but we have to pronounce Guho. And Paulami should pronounce Paulomi. Guho. Unfortunately, I just was informed abruptly to come here, so I know very little about your information about yourself. But from the sheet you have given, you are the founder of a founder of International Rural or Cultural Center. A Center for Cultural Study and Development. She used to practice the dancing from a guru in Bengal. Actually, here in Thai Bharat, we used to have a teacher who come to teach Odissi dance, but unfortunately, she had left. So only few students was I used to learn the dance from her. Her name is Ratika, if I remember right. Ritika, yes. So now I welcome Paulomi Kuho to say a few words and also to give a presentation. Thank you very much.
Namaskar, Swadika. I'm really very glad to be here at Thai Bharat Cultural Lodge. This is my first time to Bangkok, to Thailand, and also first time to this beautiful center. I have yet to learn more about this place, though I know very little about the origin of Thai Bharat Cultural Lodge. But I would be very happy to know more about the center, its activities, and also I really want, through this lecture demonstration on Odissi dance, I would also like to interact with all of you, the young generation of Thailand. As Sir rightly mentioned, that it is very important to know through the culture, we are able to understand the culture of different nations. So the purpose of organizing this event is to create an environment, a platform where we interact, we meet, we know each other's culture, and then enhance the bond of friendship, love, and passion, which is very much required in today's world. And through this event, I look forward to have a continued relation with Thai Bharat Cultural Lodge and with the young generation, the youth of this beautiful nation. So first of all, I would like to thank Thai Bharat Cultural Lodge to giving me this platform to showcase the beautiful art of India. Have you ever heard about the Odissi dance earlier? But how many of you have actually witnessed the art in person? As Sir said that a dancer, Odissi dancer was here and teaching, preaching the art. So I hope you might have seen the art form. But today I will tell you about the intricate things which the way we learn, how we start learning the basic dances, and how devotion and dedication is the main essence of art form. Center for Cultural Studies and Development was actually established in the year 2010 to foster and develop and promote and disseminate the intangible cultural heritage of India. And also through the center's activities, we promote and we do the cultural exchange programs with different nations. We have so far have been able to establish cultural relations with Sri Lanka, with Bhutan, with Nepal, with United Kingdom, with China. And now through this event and through with my visit to this this year in Thailand, I look forward to have more activities and performances and workshops with the youth of Thailand. So before we begin today's lecture demonstration, I would like to mention you all that this is going to be a lecture demonstration, not a recital. In dance recital, we wear proper costume, as you can see in this poster. So we wear this costume for a recital. Normally in lecture demonstration, we put the sari as I'm wearing, that is a practice costume. And the jewelries you can see I'm wearing are of the silver or the white metal jewelries, which are actually used in Odissi dance. We don't use gold. We use the gold as Bharatnatyam. Unlike Bharatnatyam, Odissi dance always have the white metal jewelry. Now there is a reason behind it. What is the reason? Because Odisha state has, as you know, Odisha, now it's called Odisha. Odisha state has a very beautiful, intricate art. That is, silver jewelries are made with, which is known as the filigree art. Filigree is a French word. So that very intricate filigree artwork can be done only on the silver with very thin wire like, silver jewelries. So that is why wear the silver jewelries. And if you see the historical period, I would begin with the origin of Odissi dance. Odissi dance we can find the evidence of Odissi dance from the 2nd century relics, the archaeological sites. If you visit Odisha, you will see many caves, monuments, archaeological monuments like Rani Gufa cave, Udaygiri, Khandagiri cave, where these dancing postures can be seen in sculptures. So the Odissi dance, and we can find out that all these sculptures were actually made in the 2nd century BC. So we can find out that the dance is that old as 2nd century before Christ. So this is the archaeological evidence. Now let us come to the manuscript. Now through the manuscripts we can find the storytelling, okay, the poems. That is in the 11th and the 12th century. In Odissi dance, Mahakavi Jayadev wrote Geeta Govindam. Now, Geeta Govindam is the story of the love stories of the Radha and Krishna and the gopis. So, lot of verses, lyrical verses are taken from Geeta Govindam, which is the only epic which Mahakavi Jayadev wrote, and on Krishna and the Radha and the gopis. So these Ashtapadis, the 8 phrases of the poem, are normally sung through the music by the vocalist, and the dancers, they dance. I will perform one short piece on the Mahakavi Jayadev's Geeta Govindam, Dashavatar. I will show that. So this is the manuscripts, through the manuscript, the palm manuscript written Geeta Govinda. Odisha State Museum has all these documents of the manuscripts that if you visit Odisha you can see. Now comes the hard works of the gurus, of the eminent artists who have preserved the art form. I would like to mention also here the efforts of Guru Rabindranath Tagore, who brought many scholars from all over the world, also from different parts of India, especially from Manipur, to Vishwabharati, now Shantiniketan Vishwabharati. So Manipuri was popular, but Odissi was not popular during the period of Guru Rabindranath Tagore. I am talking about the period of 1920s and 30s. Now, Odissi became popular very later on in the 1950s and the 60s. Now, why? As if you see the history of Odissi dance, India was actually colonized by the Britishers. So, during that period, all the Indian classical dance forms were practiced only in the temples or in the religious ritual ceremonies in the villages in a very small setup. But the southern part of India was like Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, Kathakali, and another art form that is Mohiniyattam dance, another dance form. These 4 dance forms belong to the southern state of India. Bharatanatyam was prominent and popular in 1920s because of Guru Rukmini Devi Arundale. She popularized and promoted the art form. And Guru Rabindranath Tagore brought Manipuri. That is why it was also quite popular among the people. But Odissi got popular only 50s and 60s because Odisha community is very small community and especially very introvert. So it got popular only in the 50s and the 60s when the gurus like Guru Kherucharan Mahapatra, Guru Devaprasad Das, all the gurus, they contributed and they taught the that time the young dancers, these art form, the educated girls. Before that, it was only confined to the temples where the Devadasi used to dance before the deity Lord Jagannath in Puri, and the Gotipuos, who were the boys who used to dance this, who used to perform this dance as the village rituals. So I would, before this is, I'm going to say more about the art form, but before I proceed further, I would like to start with Mangalacharan dance, which is a dance which starts with an invocatory dance piece where we do the Mancha Pravesh, that is entry to the stage. And then we put the Anjali to Mother Earth, because we dance on the stage, we put very hard steps on the ground so that we ask for the forgiveness from Mother Earth. At the same time, we also seek the blessings from Mother Earth for giving us, making the dance successful. Then the third portion you will see in the same dance, Mangalacharan, that is the Bhumi Pranam. And then the Ishtadeva Vandana, I will do the Ganesha Vandana, Padabande Gananatha Gunadhama Jayahe, where we seek the blessings from Lord Ganesha. Ganesha Vandana, Lord Ganesha. After that, I will do the Sabha Pranam, that means Pranam to the Sabha, and then later on with Trikhandi Pranam, I will end the dance. So I will use the hastas, mudras, body movements and everything. And after the Mangalacharan performance of my first invocatory dance piece, I will tell you about the intricate movements of the body, how the body is divided into different names, and the names of the mudras, hand gestures. So if you all want to join me by doing the mudras, demonstrating the mudras, I will demonstrate the mudras. You can also try with me. This is very simple thing. We do it in our daily life, but in dance, we have given it a name, the mudras. So first, I'll start with the Mangalacharan. Normally we take the flower petals, but now I'm giving the leaf on the ground as our prayer to Mother Earth.
Gunadhama पद वन्दे गणनाथ गुणधाम जय हे पद वन्दे पद वन्दे पद वन्दे गणनाथ गुणधाम जय हे गुणधाम जय हे कुन्दाजिता गौरधन कुन्दाजिता गौरधन गौरीसुता जय हे पद वन्दे पद वन्दे पद वन्दे गणनाथ देववर विघ्नहर जस गाए नगनर देववर विघ्नहर देववर विघ्नहर देववर विघ्नहर जस गाए नगनर पासधर नासडर पासधर नासडर नागशिरा 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 जय हे पद वन्दे गणनाथ गुणधाम जय हे पद वन्दे गणनाथ गुणधाम जय हे पद वन्दे गणनाथ शुद्धमति बुधति पद वन्दे सुरजाति शुद्धमति बुधति पद वन्दे सुरजाति घेनानति मूढमति घेनानति मूढमति वन्दे जग वन्दे जग वन्दे जग जय हे पद वन्दे गणनाथ गुणधाम जय हे पद वन्दे गणनाथ गुणधाम जय हे पद वन्दे गणनाथ गुणधाम जय हे पद वन्दे पद वन्दे पद वन्दे गणनाथ थै थै ताधी करतक थै 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 ताधी करतक थै 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 ताधी करतक थै 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 ताधी करतक थै थै ता ता ताधीनी ता ता ताधीनी ता ता ताधीनी ता 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 करतक ता ता ताधीनी ता ता ताधीनी ता ता ताधीनी ता 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 करतक तिंतर करतक नक्तर करतक ता थम ता थै करतक ता थम ता थै करतक ता थम ता थै करतक थै करतक थै करतक धिन्ना करतक धिन्ना करतक धिन्ना करतक धिन्ना कर देख धिन्ना किट्टी ता ताका ता दे दी गेन ताका ता दे दी गेन धा करतक गदिगन धै धा करतक गदिगन धै धा करतक गदिगन धै गदिगन जय करतक गदिगन जय करता गदिगन जय करता गदिगन जय करता धाग 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 जी जन जय
This was the invocatory dance piece, Mangala Charan, which if you divide the word Mangal Acharan, you have been learning Sanskrit and Hindi, so you must, I think, identify with the word. So when we evoke the blessings from Almighty, as in the school when we go, the first thing what we do is the prayer. Or in our house, when we get up in the morning, we always do the prayer first. So similarly, with beginning of the dance, we pray to the Almighty. So as I have already told you the different divisions of Mangalacharan. As you have seen, I had done the Ishta Deva Vandana. What is the word Ishta? What do you understand by the word Ishta? Ishta. मतलब इष्ट का अर्थ होता है जिस देवता को हम मानते हैं, मैं मानती हूँ, yourself. So इष्ट can be Krishna, इष्ट can be Ganesha, इष्ट can be Shiva, इष्ट can be Saraswati, any of the gods and the goddesses. So as I have seen in Thailand, I've been for the first time, but I have read also before coming, and I know a bit of Thailand culture. I knew the culture before I came here. Ganesha is a symbol. In the morning, I visited National Museum. I've seen many sculptures of the Ganesha. So Lord Ganesha is prayed as the removal of the obstacles from human life. So you might have seen me doing like this, like this. What does it mean? It means, I'll explain you to the word. These are all Sanskrit. Pada, Bande, Gana, not Uriya. Though it is Odissi dance, but the songs and basically like Mangalacharan, or mostly the songs are based on Sanskrit. Language is Sanskrit in Odissi dance. Even I mentioned Mahakavi Jayadev's Gita Govinda is written in Sanskrit, not Uriya. Sanskrit was India's ancient language. Later on, different Kalicharan Patnayak, Upendra Kishore Bhaja, Rath, these were the poets who wrote songs in Uriya. And then we dance on those Uriya songs also. But traditionally it is Sanskrit. So, Pada Vande Gananath Gunadhama Jaya He. O Lord Ganesha, we pray to your feet, divine feet. Give us the blessings. Gunadhama Jaya He. So you have seen me doing this. That means Hail Hari or Hail Ganesha. Here Ganesha, Hari, not Krishna. Hail Ganesha. Okay. Jaya He, aapki jai ho. Then Kunda Chitta Gaura Tanu Gauri Sutta Jaya He. As you are learning Sanskrit, that's why I'm going more into the language, Sanskrit. Like I've shown Kunda Chitta Gaura Tanu Gauri Sutta Jaya He. Hail Ganesha. Now Kunda is a flower whose color is colored white. No, these are not, I didn't come to that. Shiva, we show the Tandava like this. Shiva holding Ganesha like this. But here in this particular song, I have shown Kunda Chitta Gaura Sutta Gaura Tanu. Kunda Chitta Gaura Tanu. Gauri Sutta. Sutta means sun. Sun. Jaya He. Then what was the next? Deva Vara Vighna Hara. Deva Vara. You got the blessings of all Devatas. So showing Devatas. Vara. आपको वरदान प्राप्त हुआ है. Vighna. All obstacles you remove like this in seconds. Yasha Gai. Your victory song is sung by Nagadev and the Naralok, female and the man. Now I come to the point. So this is the song of Padabandej Gananatha Munudhamajaya, which is a part of the Mangalacharan. I ended Mangalacharan with three folded hands. One, when the hand was on the up, that means pranam to Almighty. When the hand was here before my forehead, it was namaskar or pranam to our guru, elders and parents. When I placed my hand here before the chest, it was pranam to the audience. So this is the last part of Trikhand of Mangalacharan, which is called Trikhandi Pranam. This one. I seek the blessings from Almighty. I seek the blessings from our parents and the Guru. Pranam to the audience. So, yeah. Yeah, very good question. As I already mentioned in very briefly I mentioned that in the temple of Lord Jagannath in district Puri of Odisha, this dance form was prevalent. And it was not known as Odissi dance that time. It was known as Mahari Nritya. The Devadasi of Odisha performed this dance in the temple. Okay? And they were called Mahari. Mahari means Mahan Nari, respectable lady. So during that period, as you know, the patrons of the temples were the kings. So king used to patronize this whole system of Mahari Nritya and the temple administration and all. When the Britishers came the downfall. Because Britishers banned the Devadasi system. And that saw the downfall. And as I mentioned earlier, that Odisha community, the Odia community, are very conservative, very introvert. So they didn't go out. There were a lot of restrictions also in teaching the girls this dance form. That is why what happened, boys used to dress up as girls and perform the dance. Okay, and those boys were not adults. They were 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, up to the age of 8, maximum 10 to 11, maximum, till the age they attain the puberty. So these categories, age groups, they used to perform the dance in the villages, not in the temple. Temple were the Mahari Nritya. Outside the temple and in the villages, in village rituals, Ratha Yatra, Jhulan Yatra, there were many, Chandan Yatra, many rituals related to Lord Jagannath, and performed the dance in the villages. They were called Akhada Pila. Akhada means akhada, you know, in Hindi हम बोलते हैं ना जहाँ पे अखाड़ा कुश्ती लड़ते हैं, तो यहाँ कुश्ती दूसरी तरह का, यहाँ डांस से related कुश्ती means they were used to do a lot of very rigorous exercises, the boys. And you have seen me dancing with very hard feet. So we also have to do a lot of rigorous exercises to maintain the stamina. So I'm talking about the Gotipuo dance. So these were the boys who actually preserved this dance form as a Gotipuo Nritya. It was not known as Odissi Nritya that time. It was only two forms, Mahari and the Gotipuo. So Mahari Nritya was in the temple of Lord Jagannath in Puri, in Odisha, and Gotipuo Nritya it is still prevalent. Gotipuo is still prevalent, but not the Devadasi or not the Mahari. Yeah. Pardon? Yatri? No, what happened after that? When India got independent, that time the government of India promoted the Indian dance forms as soft culture, as it is still prevalent now. Like whenever our Prime Minister visits somewhere, he takes many artists. And because culture, dance, music, art is a very beautiful way to promote and to also strengthen the friendship of two nations. So therefore, after India's independence, Ministry of Culture, Government of India recognized Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi, Manipuri, Kathakali, Mohiniyattam, one after the other as a recognized Indian classical dance forms. In 1958, 57-58, with a lot hard work of gurus of the Odissi dance, the Odissi dance got the recognition. But before that, it was Mahari and the Gotipuo dance. And when the young ladies, educated ladies, started learning from the gurus like Gotipuo, from Guru Kelucharan Mahapatra, Guru Devaprasad Das, so all these gurus they promoted and they taught the young educated ladies, and then these dancers, the female dancers, they performed at the many places. That is how the dance actually went from temple to the stage and then to the global world arena. So would you like to see my next performance, or would you like to do some hand gestures you have seen right now? Okay. Okay, is it? No, it is not called Jatri, it is called Gotipuo. In Odissi, it is Gotipuo. In Odissi, I mean in Odisha, because India is a very big country. Okay, that means like nomads. No, in case of Gotipuo dance, it is at one place. But they have different akharas. Akharas, you know. The place where they learn, they stay, they practice, they perform. From the gurus, akharas. That is why they were called akhara pila. Akhara pila. Pila means boy. And Gotipuo. Goti means one. This is the Uriya word. Goti and Puo means boy. So one boy, that is Gotipuo. Mahari, Mahananari, respectable lady. These are the meanings of the names. Now I move on to the next piece. If you see the history of Odisha. In what part of the temple? The whole Odisha. How within? How in the temple? It is the main temple of Jagannath, Lord Jagannath in Puri. I will tell you that. Actually, Maharis are divided into two. One is Bhitar Gani Mahari. That is the sanctum sanctum. Yeah, of Lord Jagannath, where he resides. Another one is the Bahar Gani Mahari. That is the Nata Mandir. Nata Mandir. The stage is built within the courtyard of the temple of Lord Jagannath in Puri. It's a huge, big temple. Have you been to the temple of Lord Jagannath in Puri? Okay. Okay, so that Nata Mandir is a place where Bahargani Mahari performed the dance, Mahari dance. And there is a more interesting thing is that they used to wear the golden jewelries. Their attire is different from what we wear in Odissi dance. Because when the dance got the recognition, then came different codifications also. What should be the attire of Odissi dance? How the techniques should be developed. All this were discussed in meetings and conferences by gurus, eminent gurus and the dancers at the time when it was recognized as one of the classical dance forms. Sangeet Natak Academy, which is the autonomous body of the Ministry of Culture, recognized. Total, we have 8 Indian classical dance forms in India. Bharatanatyam, Kathakali, Kuchipudi and Mohiniyattam from southern India, Odissi from Odisha. Then, when I say southern India, that means Mohiniyattam and Kathakali from Kerala, Bharatanatyam from Tamil Nadu, Kuchipudi from Andhra Pradesh, Manipuri from Manipur, and the new, the Kathak from, I think you all know, Kathak from northern India, that is Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan. Even some part of Madhya Pradesh also we can find Kathak. And then is the last one which was recognized as 8th form of Indian classical dance is the Satriya Nritya, or in Assamese it is called Hotriya Nritya. Hotriya Nritya of Assam. So total 8 forms of Indian classical dances. Now I will perform the Batu Nritya. I will show you a short glimpse of the Batu, not the full one because this is leg dem. So this Batu Nritya is, the name has been taken from Batukeshwar. Who is Batukeshwar? Lord Shiva. Because Odisha also had seen the Shaivit tradition, Buddhist tradition, as well as the Vaishnav tradition. Vaishnav is more prevalent, but Shaivit, through the Shaivit tradition, the sculptures which we can see in the temples, different beautiful, intricate movements by the female dancers we can see in the sculptures, like it has only the a bit longer piece of Batu Nritya, but I showed you the half portion because I want to have more, to show you more dance and limited time. So, you have seen me doing different poses of instruments, playing of instruments. What was the first one? Veena. Venu. What is Venu? Basuri. Flute. Mardala. Pakhavaj or mridanga, drum, all dance forms, music, even folk, rhythm is very important. So in Odissi, it is called Pakhavaj or Mardana. And Manjira. Manjira. Okay, so these four instruments, Veena, Venu, Mardana, and Manjira. Apart from that, I have shown Shringara postures of the sculptural poses. As we say, dance is a mobile sculpture, and sculpture is a frozen dance. If you see a sculpture, when you visit temple or archaeological sites or even museums, you see a beautiful posture of a dance. It seems like a dancer got frozen into a sculpture. And when you see a dance, you feel that the sculpture is dancing. So this is the beauty of the art. Now, my next performance will be again a pure dance. Now, what is pure and the expressional form? You have to understand that. When we see a dance, you see some dances which carries a lot of emotions, different changing of the face, expressions, body movements. That is called expressional dance. In our terminology, dance terminology, we call it Nritya. What do we call? Nritya. That means a dance which has expressions. Dance like Batu, I perform, and the next item which I will perform is a pure dance. That is where we show only the footworks, body movements, different bhagimas of the body. So that is the Nritya. Nritya, Nritya. And the Natya. Natya is a dance form where dance is divided into three. Nritya, Natya. Natya dance form, when you see some mythological story as a theme with different characters, like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Nal or Damayanti, or even different contemporary things can be taken and can be presented as a form of Natya. So, Nritya, Nritya, Natya. First item which I performed has a part of Nritya also when I performed the Ganesh Mandana, because it has the expression. Now the Vasanta Pallavi. When the Vasanta Ritu comes, the spring comes, you just get yourself into a very passionate way. You express your desire. You see the beautiful nature around you, and your soul dances accordingly. Similarly, in this particular pure dance piece, Shuddha Nritya piece, you will see the song is based on Vasanta Rag, and Pallavi means पल्लवित होना, खिलना, फूल जैसे कली से. I will use Hindi also because you are all learning Hindi. छोटा कली से जैसे फूल खिलता है. फूल, कली, bud to flower. Similarly, this dance starts from a very slow tempo, and at the end it goes into very faster tempo, ends in a crescendo. So Pallavi. We have many Pallavis, but I have chosen a very short Pallavi for you here. But we have very difficult Pallavi, Shankarabharan Pallavi, Hamsadhwani Pallavi, not many Pallavis. If I get time, next time when I come, I can show you different, more difficult Pallavis. But for now, I have taken Vasanta Pallavi. So Pallavi means the Pallavi hona, फूल जैसे धीरे धीरे No, how much time can I perform? Then I will make it short. Just tell me how much time can I present? When do I have to end up? Accordingly, then I will present. No problem? No problem? You will wait and you will see? Okay. So, okay. very small Pallavi I have presented, but normally when we perform a performance on stage as a recital, we present Pallavis not less than 12, 13, 14 minutes. Now, move on to the basic things, basic body postures of Odissi. You have seen me sitting in chauka. This posture has been taken from the sitting posture of Lord Jagannath. Then, so this is the first posture where we take gap of 1 foot only and then sit like this in square position. Chauka, like chalk, square. Chauka is taken from the sitting posture of Lord Jagannath. Tribhangi. Any movement, like I have done this, but the posture is, body posture is Tribhangi. Tribhangi, body divided into 3 parts, taken from the Bankima Bhangi of Lord Krishna. Because when Krishna plays the flute, you will see any idol of Krishna, his waist is slightly bent. So this is the bending posture. More bending the knees, it is Tribhangi. Third one is Abhanga and Atibhanga. Abhanga posture in National Museum of Delhi, we can see a dancing girl in this posture. Abhanga, try the way. So, Chauka, Tribhangi, Abhanga, then comes many more subdivisions of the Bhangimas in Odissi dance. And 3 are Chauka, Tribhangi, Abhanga. Now I will come to the attire part. As sir was asking me, this is actually the symbolizing, I have symbolized, this is artificial, just a simple flower, artificial flower, but you can see this one. This is the one headgear we wear in Odissi performance. This symbolizes the lotus, okay? And these are the lotus petals. And this is the temple tower of Lord Jagannath. That is why you see in Odissi dance, in the set there are 3 parts. One part is, the bigger part is this one, that is the lotus petals. This is the flower part, lotus. From below like this, from down and from up we wear it. And this is the temple chura, the tower of Lord Jagannath temple in Puri. And this is made of very delicate wood. So whenever we carry it for our performance, we have to carry it very carefully because it bends and normally gets destroyed. So we have to keep it very, this is made of a wood, very delicate wood. The jewelries like this one, or what is the white metal jewelries we wear, that I have already explained. The sari we wear is from the textile of Odissan textile, like Katki sari, Sambal Katki sari of Katak. And then comes wearing the alta in hand, in our feet. Here I am wearing the fire, but we wear the ghungroos. Wearing the bells. Bells is for the temple rituals, you know. In the temple, we ring the bell with hand, even on the wall also. Similarly, when we wear the ankle bells, it gives beautiful sound to the rhythm of the dance and the song. So, this and the hand gestures. Hand gestures are 2. That is single hand and the double hand. When we use one single hand, that is called Asayukta Hasta Mudra, which is not joined, which is one. Side next part is Dashavatar. From Dashavatar, I will show you the first 4 avatars. You will see the expression in it. Navarasa, as you know, the 9 rasas are the important rasas. Abhinaya. What is Abhinaya? Abhi means to carry forward the art towards the spectator. That is called the Abhinaya. So, carry and towards. Abhi, the root word ni, to carry the art towards the spectator is the Abhinaya. So you'll see the Abhinaya in this Dashavatara. I need not explain the avatars that I think we all know about it. Matsya avatar, Kurma avatar, that you will see, Varaha avatar, Narasingha avatar, that you will see now in this Dashavatar.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानं धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधुना विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्मं संस्थापनार्थाय सम्भवामि युगे युगे। प्रलयापयाधि जले धृतमानसि वेदं विहितवहित्र चरितं वेदं केशवधृतं मीना शरीरा। जय जगदीश हरे। क्षितिराति विपुल तरे ताव तिष्ठति पृष्ठे धरणी धारण कीण चक्रागरिष्ठे केशवधृत कच्छपरूप। जय जगदीश हरे। दशन शिखरे धारणी राव लग्ना शशिनी कलंक कलेवानी मग्ना केशव धृत सुकर कमल वरे नाखमद्भुत शृङ्गं दलितो हिरण कशिपुगानुभिन्दं ईशावधीत नरहरिरूप जय जगदीश हरे
Hey, hey,
So this was up to Prahlada's Hiranyakashipu, Narahari Rupa, where Lord Vishnu hold the figure of half man and the half lion pose. Before that, started with the Matsya avatar, Kurma avatar, that is the tortoise, Varaha, the boar, and then I showed you the Narasingha avatar. So this way, the first 4 avatars of the Dashavatar. Now, I will conclude this evening's program with a presentation of dance on Ravindra Sangeet, because yesterday only we celebrated Ravindra Jayanti. So this song is a tribute to our great poet Guru Rabindranath Tagore, who also globally promoted Indian culture among different nations, and the role of the Southeast Asia is very prominent. So I will present my dance on a song, Rabindra Sangeet, Momo Chitte Niti Nritte Keje Nache Tata Thoi Tata Thoi Thoi Tata Thoi Thoi. Short meaning of the song is that Gurudev believed in the resilience, in the power of resilience. He faced so many difficulties. He lost so nears and dears of him in his life. But he was resilient. He went on creating his creative work even when he was losing his nears and dears ones. So this song basically talks about the power of the resilience in our life. In life and death is like the emeralds. So we have to accept whatever comes in the path of our life. So this song is a tribute to Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. This is actually a choreography done by me, because when you become an artist, you are not confined to only what your Guruji has taught you. Then you expand and you explore different choreographies, creativity through your art. So this is one among them.
पाछे पाछे ताता थुई थुई ताता थुई थुई ताता थुई थुई কি আনন্দ কি আনন্দ কি আনন্দ দিবারাত্রি নাচে মুক্তি নাচে বন্ধু কি আনন্দ কি আনন্দ কি আনন্দ দিবারাত্রি নাচে মুক্তি নাচে বন্ধু শীতরঙ্গে ছুটি রঙ্গে পাছে পাছে তাতা থুই থুই তাতা থুই থুই তাতা থুই থুই শীতরঙ্গে ছুটি রঙ্গে পাছে পাছে তাতা থুই থুই তাতা থুই থুই তাতা থুই থুই মম চিত্তে নীতি নৃত্যে কে যে নাচে তাতা থুই থুই তাতা থুই থুই তাতা থুই থুই মম চিত্তে নীতি নৃত্যে কে যে নাচে তাতা থুই থুই তাতা থুই থুই তাতা থুই থুই
So with this, I end today's program, and I hope through, on behalf of the CCSD, and with the support, with the cooperation of Thai Bharat Cultural Lodge, this program has been benefited by all you participants. If you have anything to ask as a part of an interaction, we can have 1 or 2 minutes, or else. 3 forms of namaskara we do in Mangalacharan. This is the Anjali Hasta I showed. So when it is upon the hand, it is our blessing, seeking the blessings from Almighty God. Near the head, just before the head, seeking blessings from Guru, our elders, parents. Then seeking blessings from the audience, Sabha. 3 Khandi Pranam. So Chauka, if we sit in Chauka, it is on the head. Normally eyes are closed. When it is here, it is here on the near the forehead, and then when it is near the chest, the eyes are open and looking at the front. So it is Namaskar to the Sabha. Okay? 3 Khandi Pranam. Yeah? दंडवत प्रणाम हाँ दंडवत प्रणाम तो वो डांस की कोरियोग्राफीज में अलग अलग होता है जैसे अगर कोई जैसे हम कोरियोग्राफी कर रहे हैं कोई एक जैसे मैंने नाट्य बताया तो उसमें उस तरह से हम कुछ एक किसी भी एक थीम को लेके करते हैं जहाँ पे हमें डिवोशन को शो करना है एज अ डिवोटी तो दंडवत प्रणाम कर सकते हैं क्योंकि पार्ट ऑफ अ रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिस डांस ऑल्सो केम आउट फ्रॉम द रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिस customs and the traditions but art is beyond the religion so anything from any questions from the youth everybody liked your expressions thank you so much thank you
โอเคครับขอเสียงปรบมือให้กับนักแสดงของเราอีกรอบหนึ่งนะครับผมหวังว่าทุกท่านวันนี้จะได้ความรู้ที่หลากหลายนะครับอย่างน้อยก็ได้ท่าไหว้ 3G นะครับ G แรก God G ที่2 Guru G ที่3 Guest นะครับท่าไหว้ 3G นะครับในลำดับถัดไปนะครับผมขอเรียนเชิญคุณราเชนปันเดนะครับได้ให้เกียรตินะครับมอบของขวัญให้แก่วิทยากรครับขอเรียนเชิญที่เวทีเลยนะครับ May I now invite you to on the stage for the token of appreciation pleaseขอเสียงปรบมือให้กับนักแสดงอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะครับผมสวยงามแล้วก็ได้รับความรู้เป็นอย่างมากนะครับสำหรับวันนี้ทุกท่านสามารถเอาท่าเต้นไปฝึกซ้อมเย็นนี้ได้นะครับอย่างน้อยคนละท่า2ท่านะครับผม ในลำดับถัดไปนะครับขอบคุณมากครับผมครับขอเสียงปรบมือให้อีกรอบหนึ่งนะครับผมในลำดับถัดไปนะครับผมขอเรียนเชิญ I would like to invite Mrs. Shikha Lastoki, our Hindi teacher, to give the closing remark, please.
थाई भारत कल्चर लॉज में आज हमारे समक्ष उपस्थित ओडिसी नृत्यांगना मिसेस पॉलोमी गुहो जी का हम हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं। आचार्य पद्मश्री आचार्य चिरापात जी, आदरणीय राजेंद्र जी और उपस्थित सभी मेरे हिंदी के विद्यार्थियों, आज हम बड़े सौभाग्य की बात है कि हमारे बीच में ओडिसी नृत्यांगना मिसिस पॉलोमी गुहो जी ने अपनी इतनी सुंदर प्रस्तुतियां मंगलाचरण से आरंभ करके अंतिम चरण में उन्होंने हमें 10 अवतार दिखाए। पूरा जो प्रांगण है थाई भारत का वो गूंज उठा। तो हम तहे दिल से मिसिस पॉलोमी गुहो जी को आभार व्यक्त करते हैं और साथ में हमारी जो प्यारी ऑडियंस, हमारी जो प्यारे विद्यार्थी उपस्थित हैं जिन्होंने पूरे समय हमारा साथ दिया, उन सब का हम तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करते हैं और उम्मीद करते हैं कि आगे भी जब आप थाईलैंड में आएँ तो थाई भारत कल्चर लॉज में हम आपकी प्रस्तुति जरूर देखना चाहेंगे। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much for อาจารย์ชิคะ for your closing remark นะครับขอเชิญทุกท่านถ่ายรูปร่วมกับนักแสดงบนเวทีนะครับเพื่อเป็นภาพแห่งความทรงจำนะครับ May I now invite you to be all on the stage for the group photos นะครับขอเรียนเชิญทุกท่านนะครับท่านไหนอยากจะมีภาพนะครับร่วมกับนักแสดงนะครับขอเรียนเชิญทุกท่านถ่ายรูปร่วมกันบนเวทีได้เลยครับ